Welcome back to What She Said. Joining us in studio, our star hairstylist Jason Kearns and color director Aaron. Aaron, do we ever use your last name, O'Brien? Aaron O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Oh, Aaron
nice
O'Brien.
and Irish.
Nice, you think? Now you're both from Kearns&Co, and we're glad to have you here.
Thank you, ladies.
Good morning.
Now, one of the things, Jason, you wanted to talk about before we get into color and shampoos and inexpensive ways to give your hair the 5-star treatment is clients' expectations. They sort of expect miracles, don't they?
Well, they do. I think when going to any salon, you should go prepared. You should be expecting that professional to behave in the right sort of way and giving you the correct advice and being really realistic about yourself. Some people come in and they just want to look like a movie star, but they're not movie stars, and they don't look like them.
And Jason, yeah.
Lovely.
Well, it's a fact. I mean, we have to deal with what we have in front of us, and sometimes people's expectations are so great it's unrealistic.
Now, I know one of your pet peeves is people who want you to put color on completely broken, damaged hair, and you say it's just pointless.
Well, it's a little bit like painting a wall. You have to prep it first, and some things just can't be prepped, and it makes it more and more difficult, more costly, more time consuming. So I think that when you're going to any expert, whether it be a color technician or a hair cutter or a hairdresser, you have to kind of understand what they're saying. And if somebody's hair's fried at the ends because it's been over-processed and everything else, the only real thing that is going to fix that, unfortunately, is a pair of scissors. And there's no quick fix on that thing.
No.
Now, with my hair, I had a lot of highlights on it, and you've basically Aaron's just been doing color for the last time, no sort of like taking over the highlights. Is that one way of helping repair my hair, which I must say feels absolutely fabulous?
Well, in general, with highlights, they overprocess the hair.
Right.
Color moisturizes the hair, so just basically coloring and coloring is a lot better than highlighting. Overprocessing the hair is never good.
Right. Now let's start at the beginning, because Christine told me something that, after all the years I've known you, Jason, you have never told me this, and this is the different types of shampoo that people should and should not be using, and I'm just talking the difference between clear and creamy.
Okay, generally you'll find that any creamy shampoo has conditioner in it.
Mm-hmm.
And as I told Christine, that a clear shampoo is basically for normal hair that hasn't been colored and will give it body. But there again, in the same term, that somebody with very fine hair that has color in their hair sometimes can use a clear shampoo just to give it that body. It's very important to know what you're using and what it's going to do. And some creamy shampoos on fine hair will just weigh the hair down, and you will not get that body out of it.
So how do you find out which shampoo you should be using?
I think you have to listen to the discretion of the hairdresser. I mean, or color technician, to find out what is going to be right for you. Every person is different. There's not two people alike, and there's not two heads of hair that are alike.
Because I always heard that you should use a clear shampoo, something like Neutrogena, every now and again to help take the residue of everything else out of there. Is that not true?
That is true. It will take out product. It will clarify the hair a little bit. But
It'll take out your color.
it will take out some color, yeah.
So it's a great thing for, let's say, young guys who are putting lots of goop in it to style their hair. A clear shampoo would kind of take all that goop out when they.
It'll take it out, and it'll do the same for women too.
We call it a cleansing shampoo,
Yeah.
generally. I always say it's what people's preference is. They either want body or they want to save their colour. So it's what's important to the client at the time. If they have fine hair and they'd rather have body over their colour, then use the cleansing shampoo, which would be the clear. If they want more moisture in their hair and they want to save their colour, use the creamy shampoo.
Now let's get to the good stuff, because when I was in visiting you with my fabulous new-do, you were
Yes.
talking about you know, women go in and have very, very expensive treatments done on their hair that may be damaged to give it shine, to give it this, that, and you have all kinds of alternatives that are really, really cheap.
I do indeed.
Inexpensive, Christine.
Okay,
Not
Inexpensive.
cheap.
Inexpensive.
But I mean, I was just like amazed. And Jason, you tried something on me, and my hair felt amazing for 3 days, and it was something pretty basic. So tell us, share these secrets.
Well, I always am a big believer in coconut oil. Coconut oil mask. It's generally, you take a tablespoon of cold pressed coconut oil, put it into a bowl, throw it into the microwave for a few seconds, and then put it on top of your hair before you wash it. Leave it in as long as you want. You can leave it in overnight. It puts plenty of protein, nutrients into the hair, making it soft and silky. It's amazing. It just really, and it's super cheap. You spend about $15.
And how many treatments?
On a big tub.
About 100. So many. It lasts a few months, definitely.
Well, after Erin told me that, I took a couple of tablespoons out of my, I have a lot of hair, out of my, just the jar I have in the fridge that we use for cooking. I mean, we've done stories on coconut oil. You know, Anne Brodie wrote that blog for us about all the different uses. But I mean, honestly, I'm beginning to think it's sort of a miracle product from head to toe, in and outside. It's just,
But
it's
I mean,
amazing.
it's great if you have processed hair and you just want to do something. You know, you're hanging around on a weekend and you're cleaning out, I don't know, the closet. You can put $1.50 worth of coconut oil on your hair and get yourself a $50 treatment, basically. Is that what you're saying?
Like, I always say there's at-home treatments and then there's salon treatments.
As long as you don't want to smell like a coconut.
So salon treatments are a bit more concentrated, so they do work really, really well. If you're at home, the coconut oil I think is very good. There are retail products you can buy too. But me, I'm more of a natural girl. I like coconut oil, and I do always recommend it to my clients. My clients spend a hell of a lot of money in the salon, so I want to give them choice of, oh, my stylist, my colorist just told me I can get something a little bit cheaper and it's still going to do a good job for my hair.
Yeah, you're putting Jason out of business here. Now, Jason.
No, not at all. I mean, you are there to help the client. Not everybody can afford expensive treatments. I'm never going to pan a good product. Coconut oil does work. Argan oil works. There's so many things that do work, but you know, you've got to think of the client's budget. You've got to think of their circumstances. And you've got to think of their time element too.
Mm-hmm. I used a keratin treatment on me. That was lovely too.
Yes, I mean it feeds the hair. It does work as long as the hair is not too damaged. As I said before, I can't stress enough that a pair of scissors will take that excess damage off.
Cut that hair.
Well, speaking of damage, I mean, a lot of people over-process.
Yep.
And you have a tip on something that is new on the market that can save people maybe a week of coloring. I mean, maybe they can space it out just a little bit more. Why don't you tell us about that?
I think we spoke about this last time. It's the WOW product. It's an in-between thing. Let's say you're going out at night and you could not get to your colorist. You can touch up your color with this. It's basically like a mascara. Or
I have it in now.
Yeah, that's call it a mascara. And you actually just quite aggressively you put this on your roots and rub it in, and then rub it in with your finger, and it does cover and it does save the night.
Okay, so I have used, for years, because I like to cover what I call my Arctic highlights between growths. I use brown eyeshadow. I have
But
dark
that's
brown
sticky.
hair. Yeah, it does get sticky.
This is not sticky.
My sister-in-law has used mascara. I mean, which gets really sticky. So this is amazing. I mean, they say the trick is, I think, to hold your hair down, to pull it down,
flat down.
hold it down when you put it on, and it stays for quite a long time. And I've got about, I don't know, almost half an inch of roots, and you can't see it at all.
No, I have used it too. Not only that, but I should tell you, A, it does not come off on the pillow or on your clothes that you're pulling over your head.
That's a good point.
And B, if your hair gets wet, because I swim, sometimes it gets a little bit wet, unless you sort of aggressively shampoo it out, like rub it out, it will, I mean, you could be under the shower and it won't come out.
How many shades are there of wow?
Six.
Six?
Yeah.
So even for blondes, a blonde can that's a good
There
one
is for blonde. Me, I'm blonde. I actually use it to paint the highlights in the front of my hair here. So my roots would be right now about 2 inches long, and I always use it just to kind of paint it in and get me that extra few days, because personally as a colour, I hate getting my colour done. I know it sounds really weird, but I hate getting my colour done. So this is like a miracle for me. I love it. It's really, really good.
Okay, so and you have some that you're gonna.
Well, we bought 36 in,
Ooh.
compliments of WOW themselves, to give away for anybody that wants to call in. And the website is available to see how to use it, which is quite informative. It's.
We'll put all the links up, and
Yeah.
we'll Lynn is in charge of all that stuff. But we'll put the links up to you and the links up to WOW, and we will put that out. One of the things I'm wondering, everyone's talking about over processing, but what about flat irons? I mean, how much damage do they do?
Flat irons.
I think there's two schools of thought here, but.
You disagree?
Oh, okay.
Oh, a
No,
controversy.
Not at all.
A studio fight. Ooh.
No, me personally, I don't really think they're that bad for the hair. I think how often you use them
Okay.
is another story. And I also think that a lot of people, when they're using a flat iron, they will take large, thick sections of hair. Well, a flat iron has 2 plates. If it's got that much hair to straighten, the stuff it's straightening the outside, but nothing's happening on the middle. So they leave it on longer. If you take very thin sections and you run it over very fast, it will stay straight. It will not damage the hair because you're not leaving it on that long. But you have to be intelligent about these things. If you've got damaged hair to start with, and you're going to use this,
They're the bane of my life.
Yeah.
Why are they the bane? Why are they the bane of your life?
I find a flat iron's fade colour.
Do they? I've never heard that.
So basically heat fades colour, just like you're in the sun, it can fade your colour. It also causes split ends of people over processing them and running them over areas over and over again. They come into me and they're like, oh, my hair's dry, my colour's fading. And I'm like, seriously?
Well, it's true. You asked me, one of the first questions you asked me was, how often do I wash your hair? And I told you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you said, not anymore. You do it once a week and you try to make, in fact, you said you should come in for a good salon blow dry, and then you should hold it through once a week.
Once a week?
Once a week. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing it.
Get the natural oils in your hair working. Your hair naturally cleans itself anyway. It makes your hair shinier when your natural oils are produced. It's a lot better for your hair. And it's better for your colour too.
I'm not sure I can do that. I'm not once a week. I still have to live my life.
But
It's
you're-
not all about
Kate's
my hair.
hair's a lot thicker than yours, and it's curly. So people with curly hair really do not have to wash their hair as often.
I'm going to start training you now.
Okay.
I'm going to train you in.